Yeah, the mothership fight is much longer than I expected. Much longer. Oh, that was the mapper. Never mind. I thought it was the whatchamacallit. The Hypnomatic part. I guess that's not that side. So the mapper, it's pretty cool. I think it was in the first game. But essentially all it does is shows you the secret locations, which will make finding the bolts much easier to find. Oh yeah, this section. So whatever was going on, my controller had this weird time during this this level. As you can see, I tried jumping. My controller's been acting up weird, and I think I need to replace batteries or something, but it has not been as responsive as I would have preferred. Like, I barely made that. I don't know. I'm going to blame the control on that one. Because you can see I'm trying to jump, and for whatever reason, the analog stick's like, I don't really feel like jumping. It's like, but Ratchet, please, you're going to die if you don't jump. It's like, I'm not really feeling it. It is on my PS2 controller, and I've already mentioned that my controller is already weird as it is. The fact that it's R1 and R2 and L1 and L2 buttons are mixed up. My R1 is now my R2, my L1 is now my L2, and vice versa. So, it's a bit of a weird controller. It's the only one I have, though, so I love it nonetheless. I think for the most part you can hit these guys off, and I think you can hit. I think they can like barrel up into 3 per jump, which you can then. I think you can hit 3 in a row. I don't know. We'll see. I think I mess up here, not on this section, but on an upcoming section. This one I do fairly well, surprisingly. I almost died twice there, but regardless, and I don't even see my character. He's right there at the bottom. There he is. There he is. What a movie. What a movie. No one's gonna get that reference. Oh yeah, if you do hit the Proto-Pets, you do actually take life damage, so try to avoid that. So you can't hit 3, or at least I was lucky enough to hit 3. I don't think I think I die here. I also want to point out the amazing physics where you can somehow grind upwards. That's right, because I tried to jump to the right because I saw more pulls there. I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to the right, and then the random train just jumped in from the left, and I was like, oh, that makes more sense. But yeah, I love the grinding sections because they can do some really weird like gravity stuff. As you saw, I was grinding up a slope without any propulsion. Not sure if that's scientifically possible, but then again, I do fly around in spaceships, and there are magically appearing. Well, not magically appearing. They're sped up. It's just the speed of the trains. They look like they're teleporting, but they're just, I guess, technically teleporting in a sense. But they are moving, as I think they're either teleporting, that could also be a possibility, or they're going to like light speed and just beyond the visible eye. That is possible too. The camera is so weird in these sections sometimes. So yeah, you can hit 3. Okay, confirmed. See, I like this. How can I be grinding upwards? Don't I need some sort of momentum or propulsion? Propulsion? That's the right. Did not hit the 3 or the 2. Wow, double kill. Or I guess double hit is the correct phrase. I guess that's the more logical phrase, because I didn't kill either of one of them, I think. And we made it. Barely, I might add. I think that's the hypnomatic part.
Sorry.
You found a
Yeah.
hypnomatic part. You need all of the parts to make the hypnomatic gadget.
I think there are 3 parts, and I think that's the second part. The third one is on a different planet. Oh, we have to go along here. Okay, well, this should be interesting. So this section, this side of the map, can get rather frustrating because you had to fight a lot of the Proto-Pets. And they are pretty easy to kill. You know, one hit, one kill. It's nothing terribly hard with that. The problem with it is, if you see in the corner there, they're spawning out of that little, like, post box. And you'll be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? Well, the bigger ones, as you can see, they can spit out smaller versions of themselves, which will then grow and then spit out bigger or smaller versions of themselves again, and they can keep multiplying over and over and over and over again. So it does take a while to clear out this area. I found out the Tesla gun is very, very, very good at clearing these guys, because it will hit one target and then chain to another, so that way it would kill like 3 or 4 of them in one shot. Only problem with that is there's only like 15 shots altogether in the entire weapon, so even after you upgrade it, which I don't think I have quite just yet, I upgraded it and then I died and then rage quitted from the game because I was in the last world, and that one was surprisingly hard. I think this is now when I realized that that box is still spawning them, and their AI is pretty weird because they won't all charge after you. They'll have like 1 or 2 people in the background who will spawn more people. So essentially, they'll have like a never-ending chain of these guys, and it can get rather annoying. Especially after a while. Ah, my gain's up. That's why. It looks weird. Hopefully that's better. I just like looked over and it's like, why does everything look louder than per usual? My gain's higher than usual. Okay, so I did swap to my sheepinator. I put that on my quick select, and you might be wondering why I would put the sheepinator. It's actually really good against smaller enemies, like the Proto-Pets, because they can get hit and killed in one shot. So I was like, oh, maybe the sheepinator would be good, and it's one of the best weapons against them if you can stop them all spawning, because it turns them into sheep pretty fast. However, it's not good against giant crowds in them, as you'll see right here. And I was like, oh good. So yeah, like it instantly turns them into sheep. However, it has a very small range, so you gotta keep that in mind. And yeah, I think I die here and get swarmed. That and run out of rocket ammo, so I'm like, the new meteorite gun, it's actually really good against bigger targets now. Good. But yeah, so this is not a horrible weapon against them. It turns them into sheep pretty fast. But camera, please. Yeah, I die there. It's not a bad alternative. I'm back at the hypnomatic part. Hypnomatic part. There we go. English is so hard sometimes. Good job. But yeah, the one thing I don't like about this game is that if you die, you have to restart the entire level over, which means all the enemies respawn. You have to buy more ammo, and it can get rather frustrating when you're like in an area where this sort of things happens and there's bajillions of enemies that just try and like spawn as many as there are. The good thing is the sheepinator does not use ammo. It's ammo-less, I guess is the best way to put it. Which does help against the the Proto-Pets, because it'll stop the like inevitable horde, or I guess for the horde is copyrighted by Blizzard. So like I think so is for the swarm. I don't know what to call these guys, or what to call their collectiveness, because I don't think for the herd sounds very good. For the herd. Trying to kill all these guys, but I should probably just be moving on ahead, because I'll end up owning a herd of sheep instead of actually killing them. So I think this is when I started to rage quit, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, every time I turn one into sheep, they drop money. That's pretty cool. I think they drop money anyway, but the fact that I have a gun that turns them into sheep and drops money is pretty cool. I will take. Yeah, this is what I mean by the Proto-Pet can get rather annoying due to his short lifespan, or breeding span. I think that's what they called it. Science is so hard sometimes. Oh yeah, you can kill the sheep. That's right. I was like, how'd that? What was that puff of white thing? Smoke? I wouldn't really call it smoke, but like feathers. Not feathers. They don't have feathers. It's fur. Well, yeah. Yeah. Confirmed. Sheep have fur, not feathers. Ah, this is when they show off the kicking robots. These guys are assholes. Confirmed. Again, another thing confirmed. So, these robots, when you kill them, they have a chance of having their legs stay alive, and not only stay alive, but they have a chance of kicking you if you're close enough. And that can get rather annoying. Oh, I'm trying to like blow up the mailboxes or whatever they are, the vents. I think they're vents. Trying to blow them up with the mini nuke, which would also kill the enemies that are nearby. I think I did a pretty decent job. Now I just have to try and turn all these assholes into sheep, which is a much harder task than it sounds. Because they're all charging me, and they can all swarm you. To say that it gets a little annoying would be an understatement. But you can level up this weapon pretty fast in this area because of this. It's just annoying to deal with, like, fuck ton of enemies. I think this is a metric fuck ton. Either that or butt ton. Which would be heavier? I'm not sure. I'll need to double check my facts there. Do I die here again, or do I just blow all of them up? Blow them up. And then, okay. These are the last three. Nope, fucking they spawn more. They're spawning more. I think this is the only world where they spawn like that. I think in the boss fight there's some Proto-Pets, spoilers. And they don't do that, which is why I prefer those guys. So I think now I'm trying to find some better AoE damaging skill, weapon. Why am I calling them abilities and skills? I know I have to do a Dragon Age DLC walkthrough, but I'm not ready for that quite just yet, am I? My mind is just so ready for this DLC. It's just like, let's fucking do this. Everything's a skill. You gotta throw some points in the decks. Oh my god, they just keep coming. A literal horde. I think they spawn like 3 or 4 each. So, and I don't think I have. Okay, I guess I'm gonna use my meteorite gun. Let's see how well this works. They did change the meteorite gun from, well, the volcanic, whatever the first one was. It's a volcano something. They did change it a lot. Ah, the mini turret. I guess this is an alternative. Just throw down a bunch of mini turrets and run around and have them do all the work. I don't think the heavy lancer does enough damage to kill him one shot, though. We good? We are good. We have 3 life, but we are good. And I think I just run through this area. I was like, I'm not gonna deal with these assholes. Can I jump that? Yes, I can. So yeah, at this point I was like, you know what? A lot of fucking dudes here. Saw that health, and I was like, I would really like to get that health. Or at least I'm seeing it now, and being like, pass me, what are you doing? That's right, that asshole kicked me, and I lost all of the health I just gained there. Kicking robots, so annoying sometimes. And I think I'm looking around here to see if there's anything around, but they're just cereal boxes or something. I think this is supposed to be a store or grocery. Not sure where the clerks are. Not sure how that works. Just a bunch of stuff. Maybe it's a stock room, like a village storeroom where they just have everything. I don't fucking know. I'm just making stuff up. Ah, good, more health. And I think the pink ones give you a full health bar or health circle, whichever you prefer. Yep, more climbing. Wall climbing. This was because wall jumping. Not the same thing. Oh yeah, this is another platinum bolt that I like stumbled across because I thought this was the way to go. Initially I came over here and I was like, I kind of don't want to deal with all these Proto-Pets, so let's just, you know, freeze this and see where it goes. And I was like, this is probably the way to go. Let's just, you know, use the freeze or the Therminator and see what happens. Turns out that this is not where to go, and it's just for a platinum bolt, which I am not going to complain. Platinum bolts are cool. I can now upgrade a weapon. I think by the end, so far I have, as of recording the audio, not the video, I have 9 bolts, and I've used 9 bolts. I think it's 9 or so.